In this video, I'm rolling with Jonathan again. This is our 6th round on the channel. He's a purple belt at the school. He's about 15 years younger than me, maybe less, and heavier than me and stronger than me. Fortunately, I'm more handsome. But seriously, I've been doing it a long time, so even though we're both purple belts, I've been a purple belt for 6 years at this point. I just got promoted to brown recently, so my skill is a little higher, and it makes for a really even roll. And we really kind of go easy and polish each other's jiu-jitsu. So here I was able to complete a tripod sweep. He laughed and said, "I knew you were going to do that, and I couldn't stop it." I always say, blue belts know jiu-jitsu, purple belts are sneaky with their jiu-jitsu and their setups, and brown belts become obvious again. So their technique is so good that they can be obvious. Not to say that my technique is so good, but I think you know what I mean. So here I'm looking to beat his knee shield. He likes to play knee shield. So I'm looking to push my knee up the center and elicit a response. And if I can, bring my hips over his knees and go to mount. But he took the option of forcing my knee to the mat by turning his hips. Now he's trying to establish a guard. His left foot is not in the equation there. He tried to sit up. I passed the knee on belly by shucking his knee down and allowing just enough space to get my knee in that spot. Here I turned my hips and went to mount. He was able to bump me off. You always have to watch out for that. I didn't play mount for the first few years I was doing jiu-jitsu because I didn't want to learn the maintenance of it. The maintenance wasn't obvious to me. And I guess in ways it's still not. But I definitely enjoy the mount as a seasoned practitioner. So here he's looking to clear my hooks. He knows what I like to do. He's looking to beat the De La Riva. I'm looking to make a connection. If he stands far away enough, I don't want to chase him. I don't want to overextend my leg. It will make it easy for him to pass my guard, throw my legs to the side. I want to keep my knees near my body. There I tried for the tripod sweep. This time he was able to defend. I'm looking for the De La Riva here. Here I was looking for the Kimura. Here I'm just being annoying with the wrist control. I know eventually he has to go to my legs and open them. I open my legs first. I don't want him to open my legs on his terms. There I almost had the sweep. Here I'm trying to break his posture. I'm trying to arm drag him with my foot on his hip. And there I went to my triangle setup. But he was able to throw my legs to the side and pass. Something that always bothered me about the triangle. You really have to get perpendicular. You want to be to his side. If you're straight up, it's easy for him to shuck your leg to the side and pass the way he just did. Here he was looking for the guillotine with the right arm, and then he switched to try to dig out my arm with his left arm. I'm looking to arch my back and spread his legs so I could get my knee in. See, I already have my ankle against his ankle, and I opened his mount. See, I'm trying to catch his ankle with my feet. Here again, as you can see, I got my quarter guard back. I'm looking to get my elbows to my knees. But here he's looking for the guillotine, which he has, but he doesn't have the other hand in, so I'm able to pull on his elbow and turn my body to escape. So I know I titled the video that. And I think it's important to understand the subtle movements that it takes to escape these holds, because you can't make big movements. So your subtle movements better be precise before you get finished. There, I didn't let him clasp his hand, so he had one hand deep in the guillotine, and you can finish that way, believe it or not. But I was able to turn my neck and reduce the pressure. So here he's on my back, but he doesn't really have control. He doesn't have his hooks in. I'm trying to do the bare minimum to get out. I'm not exploding. I'm not jumping all around. All of those things lead to injury. Here, this is Eddy. He's one of the black belts at the school, and he's coaching Jonathan a little bit because he sees him in a dominant position and he wants to help him. So I'm looking to escape. There he started to stand up. I'm basically waiting to see what he's going to do. So now he's back in my quarter guard. If I was him, I would go to S mount and attack my left arm. So here I'm trying to get out the back door. I'm trying to open his thighs. There he fell into a sloppy armbar. So it was easy for me to escape. There he should have done a technical stand-up while pushing me away. He was pulling on my head. And now I'm in top position. Again, I'm trying to be very relaxed and feel the position. So here I'm sitting on his butterfly hooks. I want to get to like an over-under pass. Here I'm threatening the wrist lock. It's not a real wrist lock, it's a nuisance, but it needs to be defended. So there I just said nice because I'm explaining that principle to him, to just do a technical stand-up and get away, reset the position. So there I'm looking for the reverse armbar. I got to peel his elbow up. That's what happens when somebody grabs your head and you still have your knees in between. That reverse armbar is always there. See how I just got up? That's how he should have got up the last time. By pushing on my face, technical stand-up, reset the position. So here we're back to this. I have my knee down the center. I might straighten my left leg to beat that hook. Again, trying to do everything incrementally, slowly, in a way where I could feel what's going on. So there I tried to kick my leg straight to free his hook. And that ends the round. Now Eddy is one of the black belts at the school. And he's going to explain some concepts now.
Every technique is about control, right? It's just that guys look like they're doing it because they've been drilling it and doing it so much that they can fall fast without thinking. Okay? You don't want don't go quick, go for control, right? Look, I got my victim down here.
His victim. So he's been a black belt. He's been a black belt for a couple of years at least. And he started as a white belt, so he's gone from white to black at this school, which is quite common because it's a good school. There's not a lot of politics. People are thick-skinned. You don't have to find people getting insulted and things of that nature. It's very conducive to learning. We all try to help each other while beating each other up. But the main point that he's teaching here is to keep that right knee heavy across the body by turning your hips a little bit to the side. These are all great armbar details. He's saying when you fall back, have the arm attached to your body and bring it with you. Also, when you're trying to break that grip, go out to the end of the wrist and pull up. Don't try to just pull on the person's inside of their elbow.
Get to his back. A way to screw the hips out. Okay? Everything is here, nice and tight. Okay? Closing all this up. Okay? Then you work your way into.
So now he's talking about managing space, not allowing a lot of space.
Because then you fall to your back, and then you were doing this.
Yeah.
You lost.
I know that's not right.
It's done. He's out.
Yeah.
He's again covering that. You have to have his arm attached to your body when you fall back. I personally am not a fan of the falling back armbar. I like to do the step over armbar or take the same fallback armbar but by leaning over the body and just trapping the arm and finishing. Because every time I fall back, I get stacked. Not every time, but the percentage is too high for me to feel like
It's a cherry on top, the submission.
it's a viable way to go about it.
Too much room. What about his shins in your back? Your shin is away from your
So
back.
here he's saying all you need is that left knee behind the head, behind the shoulder.
Do that.
You don't need to bring the whole shin across the back as a wedge.
I also do this. I don't know if that's. I always do it.
The gi especially.
So it's great to have people like this around at the gym that could just step in and polish our technique.
You start pinching those knees together. That's it. Yes, look. See? Look at the difference now. Here. Now I can't. Okay? Now I can't get.
I think the main thing also is to, when you fall, you want your butt to land right next to your opponent. If your butt lands 2 inches away, then it's easy for him to bring his elbow to the mat. And it doesn't sound like a lot, 1 or 2 inches, but that's enough to lose the position.
Leverage. I mean, it's leverage and control. Okay? So you give me no room to escape. Okay, yeah, you see, you felt the difference. When you have that S mount, so you have this leg tucked under here with the back of your calf up against the chest, so that's tight there. The knee is in the back, no room. So
I'll have rolls with Eddie in the future.
Can't go either way. I'm stuck where I am. Okay, that's the thing. There's no flash submissions of full, catch white belts. You want to catch guys who've been here for a little bit, who've been training for a little bit, know what's coming, and know how to, because that's what the guy's doing when he's down there. He knows what to do. He knows where he needs to. He's looking for his openings. You don't give him any openings. Okay, no openings. Everything is nice, tight, control. You take your time.
Basically, the main gist of what Eddie's saying is control is more important than the submission. The submission is the cherry on top. Being able to control your opponent is more important. If you ever had anybody in the top of side control for 5 minutes, maybe they didn't submit you, but you were being dominated.
Now lock your hands up. Keep your hands locked.
So the control is more important than the submission.
Right, you don't need the left leg.
Yeah.
Incredible.
You only need,
Never finished that one.
I feel like the left leg was still doing something because it was behind.
well, sure.
Maybe just as a wedge.
Well, you only need one, you really only need one leg on top, across on
Right.
top, okay? But it's what you do, if I'm loose with it, okay, I got it over here, go ahead. Now you get up, now you get up. See?
That's what you're gonna do, right?
That's when I lose it. That's when I lose it. Here,
So he's saying the importance of the leg over the top is key, but you don't need both legs over the top.
and the whole time, look, I'm keeping this tight here. If I'm loose here, look, you stack your elbow down to the mat.
Keeping the right leg heavy is what's going to prevent the escape.
Exactly. I always tell guys. Always tell. Balls in his arm.
You know, I've trained at a lot of top gyms, and there's a lot of competitors there and sometimes famous people, but they would never stop and try to help you with your technique.
Okay? That's when you got.
And I think that's one of the benefits of a gym such as mine, where we don't have a lot of big name competitors, and we really just focus on helping each other.
Create the opening. Okay?
There's nobody that's so self-focused that they can't look up from drilling to give you a pointer.
He's waiting for you to make a move and make a mistake while you're doing it. Okay? So,
Can I ask you something else?
yeah.
So another thing that comes off, I've seen so much. So like, if
Jonathan is a relatively new purple belt. I think he got it about a year ago.
the knee comes, I'm trying to bridge it.
Yeah.
Once that happens, it's like so hard.
So I just recently got my brown belt, and I have a nice roll with us in the gi coming out.
Get it in. Okay? Can't get it in.
It's just I have so many of these
If I want to get that
rolls before I was a brown belt, and I feel like I have to get them up.
You don't even need that hand there. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's not bad.
You can also hook that leg and hook.
Both for educational value and to track my progress and that of my training partners.
Look, keep this wedge here, okay? This here and the knee in the back. Now look,
Yeah, he's not bringing his knee.
I can't curly my way out of there. I can't go this.
See, from here personally,
Hitting that.
I can't. I try to get. To
I'd
my
rather
back,
take his back.
pull my arm out. No good.
I'm not an armbar from the top guy. Now, there are people that have an amazing armbar from the top. It's just for me personally,
Use the head side arm. So you
I
can
haven't had success with it.
forward, plant your hand, post your hand out, and then throw the leg over the face.
Whereas if I'm able to get to the back, it takes away all his strength.
Okay. Now where you attack.
Now all of a sudden, someone who's much stronger than you, it doesn't matter, because all their strength is made to
Pick your feet up.
for force to go in the other direction.
Your leg went loose and went up in the air.
Our backs were pretty much defenseless.
Yeah. But again, to keep
There's a lot of moving.
At least the turtle has a shell.
up to the head, and tight, squeeze. That towards the head. Right, but everything.
I just have fragile old ribs.
Control is what's going to get you your submission. Okay. Not being faster.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this
Comes from
bonus of the black belt explaining some armbar positioning
and the muscle.
as well as the roll.
Everything else. Take your time. Like I said,
Sorry I was late today.
Guy's not going anywhere. You can
I was
line up and
hiking.
fly around in
It's
that
something I
position,
do to supplement my
waiting for this guy to
training.
give you an opening. Okay?
It's just something I enjoy in general.
There's no pressing. I mean, of course, we all want the submissions, of course, right?
But I want to thank everybody for watching, and also especially the guys who've been buying me coffees. I really appreciate that.
Of a guy, you have
And if you want to help support the channel, I have a merchandise store. You could also buy me a coffee. Both links are in the description.
And realistically, in a fight.
And thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have this channel. Thank you all, and respect.
Even when I'm here, when I'm training, if I spend my entire time on the bottom in a bad spot trying to guys look at me, I consider that a loss. I'm like, that's
You got
it.
beat up today.
I got beat up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got beat up because I'm working trying to avoid the submissions. So even if I take a little comfort in not getting tapped, but if I'm in that bad position, always fighting to keep my arm, keep my neck, or something like that, to me that's a loss because I just got dominated. Dominated first, and then the submissions come.